Hello, neighbors, and welcome to the Pulse, Lake Wildwood's news and information program. I'm Paul Town, and this is the news for the week starting Friday, April 24th. A message from our General Manager, Brian Cox. Here we are in another week of self-quarantine, social distancing, and getting to know what life is without our daily routines. Many of our members are questioning the decisions being made regarding the closing of the golf course, the banning of bicycles from the golf course, and the elimination of access to some of the community amenities. There are so many amenities that we still are currently participating in and utilizing, and sometimes we forget the value of living in our own special paradise. As you drive into our community, you enter through a paid amenity called the Manned Guard Gate and travel on an association-maintained road with association labor, paint, asphalt, and human effort. As we travel to our safe destination, we see the fabulous beauty of our parks and lake, and we forget that these features are why we live here, all of which are lovingly maintained by our staff and crews just for our enjoyment and pleasure. Whether locked up in our houses or taking advantage of these beautiful places we call home, we must remember that this is our beauty, our community, our home. Enjoy it. Count our blessings. Take a break from life and treasure this time. We are the lucky ones. Now that we are mandated by law to close our golf course to our golf play, we are allowing open access to all the community to get out and enjoy the fresh air, stretch those legs, and smell the beauty. As you walk, see on the walk of the cart paths, the course is meticulously maintained, even without golf play. Daily, your designated staff is working to keep this beautiful course groomed, maintained, and ready for our enjoyment. Our lake is spectacular. The beautiful weather we are experiencing is a beckoning call for those with boats. Get out and enjoy. Do not wait until your prearranged calendar tells you you're ready for boats. All calendars are null and void. Change it up. Get out of your rut. Just this weekend, I took a pot of coffee and a lounge chair down to Explorer Park and sat there at the water's edge. I did not move for over 2.5 hours. That would be something that I would never have done if it was not for the self-quarantine and the COVID-19 virus. I made lunch and sat on my patio and watched the family of quail intermingling with all the other birds. The deer walked by to see what the fuss was all about. I would not have done that without this quarantine. Have you taken the time to look up through all the new oak leaves that are on our trees and see the beautiful blue sky? I did, thinking about my family, loved ones, and even those no longer with us. Blessings what I see our family on the trails and in the parks, enjoying their children, some strolling, holding hands, other in a game of soccer with mom and dad and the kids. There are so many more couples of all ages enjoying the time together. I wonder when this is all over, when we all get back to the lives that we are so frustrated to get back to, will we quickly forget how nice it was to take a time out, slow down, look into ourselves, and what really is important. We will have this all back again. Will we ever have an opportunity like today to adjust ourselves? I fear we'll not take this great advantage that some of us will continually call out with anguish that someone is not being fair to them. We are all human, we are all in this together, and we'll all get through this together. Hopefully, a better human race than before. Hopefully, a better community, and hopefully, with a bit more appreciation for what we have. In board news, the planning meeting of the board will be April 28th at 1:30. This will be a virtual meeting and will be available for the members to listen or view. Those wishing to participate will find a link to the live stream on the members' homepage of the Lake Wildwood website, lwwa.org, on the day of the meeting. You'll also be able to view the meeting on the Pulse YouTube channel. The community relations needs a few good men and women to reach out to our real estate community, nonprofit organizations, and our membership to improve our communications. Please contact Mike Symetra at 432 3175 if interested. Because of the pandemic, Tools, Trash, and Treasures will need to be rescheduled. The dates are September 19-20 for the south side and September 26-27 for the north side. The Parks and Recreation Committee has rescheduled the Walking Trail Cleanup Day to Saturday, May 16th from 8 to 12. The goats are back. At first they will be staged at the new Minnow Way property, and then groups of them will be moved to strategic green belts as we get them up and running. It'll be nice to see them back working. The herd has grown over the spring, and we'll see some new faces in the crowd. It's almost assessment time. If you'd like to move to quarterly payments, please complete the quarterly installment plan contract and return it to the administration office no later than June 1. The contract can be emailed to Audrey Krieger at audreyk@lwwa.org or mailed to 1255 Cottontail Way, Penn Valley, or fax to 432-2044. Please note, the annual statements will be mailed on May 1st. The Lake Wildwood 2020 Census. Please help us meet our goal to launch the new security system with accurate information. There are still 1,053 lots that have not provided their vehicle information to the administration office via the census. The census will ask for the make, model, color, year, license plate number, and decal number of all vehicles registered under your lot. Be sure to have this information ready before you start filling out the online form. Administration cannot verify your vehicles if any of the requested details are missing from your form. Everyone should understand that when the new security system goes online, if you haven't completed your census, you will not be able to enter the community using the resident lane. Save yourself a headache and do it now. In golf news, Jim wants to remind everyone that all Jonas will still allow you to schedule tee times. Those times are invalid because the course is closed. From Bill Hamilton. Well, a bit of good news has come down the line, and it's probably something our new non-golfing walkers have known for weeks now. Your Lake Wildwood Golf Course was voted the best golf course in Nevada County. And this is a big county. That's a very nice honor to be recognized that way. The irrigation contractor has made terrific headway during the closure. We'll have main lines completed from number 10 green through number 14 green very shortly. They are working on crossing the water on number 12 bridge right now. Also done recently was the passage through the cart standing driving range area. This would have been a real struggle to get done while the course is open and functional. All club activities have been suspended for the foreseeable future. Our security update comes from our security manager, Pete Newell.
Good afternoon once again. Pete Newell, your security manager here at Lake Wildwood. You know, with all the boredom and between all the jokes that we're all telling about changing from our day pajamas to our night pajamas, there are some serious things occurring in the community now and then. In fact, in the world at large right now, we're experiencing a higher than normal problems with domestic violence and drug abuse and things like that. And unfortunately, Lake Wildwood is not immune to those kind of things. The other day, we had a domestic violence incident up on Roadrunner Drive. The female victim did exactly the right couple of things. She fled the house and called 911 to get the sheriff rolling. Our staff routinely monitors the public safety radio frequencies in case looking for calls like this. Our officers heard the call and immediately responded to the area. The patrol officer was able to meet the woman on the street, picked her up in the car and drove her out of the area where she could await the sheriff in a safe location. Once the sheriff got here and conducted their investigation, the other party was arrested and went to jail. So once again, we kind of want to put our own 2 cents out worth of do not tolerate domestic violence. You have neighbors that do it, you have family members that do it, make the call, call 911. It's just not acceptable. The other area of concern with too many people home, especially teenagers at home, was that we might start seeing too many juvenile problems, vandalisms and things like that, groups gathering parks and things like that. Got to say, we've actually done pretty well. We haven't had anything really serious at all. We did have a call the other day that was called out about a group of kids in the park drinking and carrying on. Our officer got there, found they were a group of junior high school students playing hide and seek, and nobody was drinking. We did have one call late in the evening of kids running between two houses on a property. Nothing was damaged, and we never did locate them. Closer to serious, we did have a couple of calls, two exactly, of people doing donuts in a vehicle in Meadow Park. Now, that location with its gravel parking lot has long been kind of an attractive nuisance to that kind of behavior. So to have just a couple of reports with everybody home right now wasn't too bad. Unfortunately, there was no damage because, as you know, sometimes rocks can be spun up and hit a boat or hit a car and do that kind of thing. What we have also noticed is in the parks, we're getting lots of people in the parks and lots of people on the golf course, and so far so good. The association sent out an email blast in the last couple of days with a picture of some artwork showing some do's and don'ts suggested within parks in general, and we just wanted to mention that quickly also. First, don't go to the parks if you have symptoms. You shouldn't be going out of your house at all, but let's not go to the parks, especially where you might run into other people. Be sure that if you are moving upon other people, that you give them notice so that you're both able to stay far enough apart. Be sure that you do follow all the CDC guidelines about 6 feet apart, proper hygiene, and things like that. And hopefully we're not going to have to do this for too much longer, and we'll be able to get back to our regular lives. Thank you for listening, and we'll talk to you next week.
I'd like to thank Pete and his officers for doing their best to keep our community safe and secure. Well, that's the news for this week. I want to thank you all for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the Pulse YouTube channel, home of your virtual board of directors meetings. Until next time, stay healthy and happy.